Hello everyone, it's Zach here from Aunty Donna. We have Matthew Jackson in from Trope RPG. That is the role-playing game series that you can watch right now on Grouse House, our YouTube channel. Please enjoy this very fun podcast.
Today is a very special and different podcast. First, none of this 30-minute
That's the 30-minute podcast has gone the way of the dodo.
for this week.
Well, yeah, the 30-minute podcast is what's something that was we thought was extinct for a little amount of time.
Oh,
and then
like
came
what?
back.
A bird.
You know, like-
There's that bird that I think they thought was extinct, and then it wasn't.
So the 30-minute podcast has gone the way of that bird and soon to be rediscovered in a week's time.
But then extinct again,
Yes.
most likely.
Yes, that's right, Mark.
Well, at some point, the whole podcast will probably go.
I was gonna say,
I'll snap. I'll just walk out of here one day.
A great analogy for it would be sketch comedy. When we kind of started in 2012, they're like, sketch is dead.
Yeah.
That format is dead. Little did we know around the corner would be apps and platforms that were like, hey, do little funny videos and scenes that would go for about a minute.
Yeah.
And that is probably, there's more sketch now done maybe than in the 70s or 80s.
And also sometimes our podcasts go for 40 minutes. The 30-minute thing is more of an internal sort of guide.
Yeah, so I'm more talking to myself when I say, fuck you for
Some
thinking.
people listening will be like, but some podcasts go for 40, 48,
Some go for an hour.
42, some go for an hour. Well,
Anyway.
this one is officially going for an hour.
So forget that hour, half-hour shit. Forget that Mark shit.
Your Mark's also gone.
But
He's out.
he wanted us. He refused to come in today because he wanted to teach us a lesson about a certain type of game. Because we've done Dungeons and Dragons with him on our Patreon, and he said we don't take it seriously and we're dogs.
He said, he called us dogs. He said, you boys need to learn a few lessons in role-playing games before I'll ever role-play with you again.
Because Trope is on our Grouse House channel at the moment, which is a RPG.
Role-playing
Is that right?
game, yeah. Trope.
Yep,
Well,
it's
why
good.
don't we
Yeah, yep.
why don't we introduce our guests to talk about Trope? Now, a lot of you have probably already been watching Trope. It's been coming out for the last few weeks.
It's an RPG
on Grouse House, our the YouTube channel Grouse House. But we've got a guest here.
Matthew Jackson.
Yes.
Now, thank you for coming in. You are the star of Trope on our Grouse House.
I mean, that's one way to look at it. I think I have the most labour role on that
Right.
show.
Laborious.
In terms of trying to keep the world existing.
Okay.
And that's what I'm going to be doing here. We're going to play...
And thank you for coming in.
Do you want to
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
us a little bit about Trope?
I'll tell you about Trope. So Trope RPG is a role-playing game show where we play through... your favourite movie genres. So the first one we did was a
Snuff.
classic
Sorry.
teen horror.
Okay, right.
I mean, honestly, not that far off.
Okay, right, okay,
So we're going to be doing that today. We're also going to play through a horror. And for people who don't know anything about role-playing games, all that means is it's like, I sort of talk about it like it's structured improv where like one person can
Yes.
say, no, stop doing that. And you have dice there for whenever there's something that involves a little bit of skill or luck.
Matthew.
And that guides the story.
We love games,
Yep.
Zach and I.
I love movies.
You love the game of movies.
Yep.
And
But
I
my
love,
favourite video game is the cinema.
and my favorite game is,
But it's not
It's
a
not
game.
interactive at all, no.
Do you imagine you're having some influence?
No, I just sit back and enjoy it. And
I-
that's how I play RPGs as well.
Well, yeah,
Just
great.
really de-energized. Can't wait to see where this goes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you do watch it that way. I was sitting next to you for Interstellar and you would go, you got to go to outer space now.
Yeah, I pause it, and
Yeah.
I roll a dice, and I go...
I
and
actually
go,
don't know what the gravity means.
Yeah, I go, stay with the daughter. And then I turn it on, and then he doesn't. And I go, well, this doesn't fucking work.
Oh, I have such great news for you.
Yeah.
Because you get to do what you want. You can stay with the daughter.
Oh, my God.
But you've said for years you hate RPG, but
I've never said I hate RPG.
But
I often say I would love to do more RPG. What I say is I would love to do RPG without a microphone in front of my face.
Right.
I've never done it for fun with friends.
well, this is the first time for it.
No,
Yeah.
this is again for fun.
Yeah.
with friends.
Well, thank you.
But there is a microphone in front of my
right,
face,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
feel an obligation to be funny. And I would love to just play an RPG where I can just be like, yeah, I'm a fucking little gremlin, and I'm gonna fucking go and fuck that shit up, you know?
Why don't you do that in this one? Let's
Oh,
start.
no, I gotta be
Let's
a
do
little
it.
bit funny.
No, but you can be a little gremlin.
That's fair.
I can fully bear the burden of being hilarious for an hour, if you like.
Yeah,
I'm
like
so
bring
excited.
up wacky stuff.
Cool.
But we may be bad. But also, Matthew, you walk in here with your RPG, and
You come at us.
and you come at us, and you point your finger at us and say, "Play this game."
Yep.
This is an audio medium. Will this work?
I'd say it classically works very well for an audio medium.
Okay, sorry about all that
We
stuff.
should
I said.
say, for anyone who's a fan of RPGs, if you listen to this episode and we're really bad at it, we should say that we're not in Trope. Mark is in Trope. Mish Wittrup is in Trope.
Harry
I'm
Jin,
in Trope.
Petraitis.
Some great folks in Trope.
you're in
Friends
Trope?
of the podcast are in Trope. Broden's not in Trope. Zach's not in Trope. I'm thinking of this as an audition
Great.
for
Oh.
a future season of Trope if that happens.
Cool.
So I'm gonna fucking deliver.
Oh, can I say something sincerely? Our editor, Jim, who does all our editing, he edited Trope and he was like, this is the fucking best thing I've ever seen. He loved it so much.
That's really
And I was
nice.
like, the amount of content you've made that I'm in, that you've edited, is not as good as this. And he went, no. And I said,
Wow.
fuck you, Jim.
That's really that's
so
an awful
Jim no
interaction.
longer works for us.
Wow.
Yeah,
It was the same. He's an incredible editor.
Yeah. But he had that.
Well, he
awful
spoke ill of
interaction.
Broden.
Yeah.
And Broden, we always have to put Broden's ego first.
Yeah, I come down. I come
Okay,
down.
well, I'll keep that. How about we start playing?
We should start playing.
Let's do it.
Have
Okay.
I plugged Trope enough?
Yes, yeah, very good.
Great.
Trope, go watch Trope on the
No,
Grouse
too much
House.
now. We've a cup is filled over.
Filleth, the cup is filleth. The cup is filleth.
So with that in your mind,
Okay, all right.
you are on a helicopter.
Oh.
Okay, it is a
I fucking
blizzard,
love this
just an
already.
absolute whiteout. You're in the back of it, just in the front of the helicopter. You can see, just sort of leaning around, turning back to you, is a woman that you've worked with for many years on many other Arctic research bases. She leans back. Her name is Ruth. She looks back at you and she goes, "Don't worry, we're almost going to be touching down. Just a few more minutes."
Jesus. Well, I'm there.
As you,
She redhead?
She is a redhead.
Yeah.
I saw
That's
Ruth.
incredible.
I saw Ruth Cracknell from Mother
I
and
see.
Son.
I see. She looks a bit like Scully for me,
Oh yeah, can it be?
like Mulder and Scully.
But Ruth Cracknell as Mulder and
These
Is
are
that
these
all right?
are amazing descriptions. As you, that's all right. Oh, it feels like you've had some like
Mark yells
you've
at
really
us when we do
really
that.
been hurt. You just want to make some small addition to the world. You're like, is this fine?
Yeah.
You haven't called us fuckhead.
Well, as we like look at the back of the helicopter where you're both sitting, I'd like to ask you Broden, what do we see?
Are we in the Arctic?
You're in the Arctic. You've yet to arrive at
And
the
I
research
I
base.
can see whatever I want.
Whatever you want to look like.
Snow. Oh, what do
Snow.
I? What do I?
do you look like?
Oh,
But you do see snow.
okay. I look like snow.
You look like snow, just a complete sort
In
of
that-
one of those ghillie suits that's
Yeah.
just white for an Arctic situation.
Yes.
That does make sense because you are the security guy.
Yeah. So I know. I want to blend in.
Yeah.
Much like a polar bear.
Much like a polar bear. You're,
fact-
your nemesis on the base.
Yeah. In fact, that I have a picture of a polar bear in my pocket to
Yeah.
remind me of
No
what.
one can see it, but you know it's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And what in the like? Is it just you? Is it very similar looking to you in the like? I imagine just the little window of the like, because you're both in like such big like thermal gear. Just the little window of your face. Is it the same as you, or is it a different
Yeah.
man?
It's Broden Kelly.
It's Broden Kelly.
Yeah. It's snow. Just and formless.
Yeah.
So no, you can't see like head, shoulders.
Broden Kelly, you right now at your age, or a little bit older, a little bit younger?
34. So me last year.
Last year, cool.
Yeah.
This was you last year. This all happened in your life.
Yeah.
And great.
And I'm formless,
And
but
you're
with
formless,
a face.
with just a very big
So
parka.
in snow, it just looks like my face hovering around.
There's
All this
Snow-
snow's gotten in the helicopter.
Can I add something
Oh,
to Broden?
please,
I
please.
think the snow is like a formless pile of snow, but where it hits his face, it really does just look like a styrofoam costume.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a cheap snow
But
cube.
not anywhere else. Everywhere else it looks like real
It's
formless
real
snow,
It's
but
like you
just
got-
at the face.
It's like you got a styrofoam plate and you cut it out and you embedded it into snow. Great.
absolutely.
Cool. So sitting across that in the helicopter as it's like shaking, turbulent, blizzard outside. Zach, what does your character look like?
I look like a young Julianne Moore.
In
Wonderful. Wonderful.
What's that?
In anything?
I'm thinking mid-90s, so like around about sort of Magnolia safe time.
Yep.
Oh, as the actor? Like going to the premiere of these? Or?
No. So this is the actress playing my character is Julianne Moore. She's young, she's beautiful, but bookish too, like her father before her, who was a great scientist. Because in movies, the women scientists always do it because their dad was scientist.
Yeah. Jeans?
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing khaki slacks and I'm wearing a large tucked-in linen shirt.
Freezing opposite a pile of snow in an open helicopter blizzard.
It certainly shows an unpreparedness for the Arctic winter.
Yeah.
Everyone here is dressed so practically, except for the guy who's made of snow. But me, I just look like a young woman who has never stepped out of the university campus.
What's her name? What's your character's name?
My name is Julianne Moore.
Julianne Moore. Wonderful. Cool. Julianne Moore, can I get you to make a survival roll for me?
Yeah.
So I need you to, you've got a dice that can roll up to a 4 here.
Okay.
So that I'm going to tell you that the check to withstand frostbite is going to be a 5.
Okay.
Now, you can actually get that because if you roll a 4 on that die, you get to roll it again and add it. Let's see. So it's a 5 to avoid getting frostbite in the helicopter over. That's a 3.
Yeah.
So you can see the tip of your nose. It's not actual frostbite yet. It's like frost nip. You know, it gets like
not
really
blackened.
red. It's not blackened.
Yeah.
But you are doing poorly.
Oh, no, I'm
That
poorly.
explains because you didn't wear the right clothes.
Yeah. It shows a lack of experience. I'm someone who has been living in their mind. I don't have real world life experience
Well, can I
yet.
ask, what's your science? What science do you study?
I work in the science of speculative. So what I am is I'm a PhD
Yep.
in both physics and biology.
Physics, biology. Yeah.
And
cool.
I work largely in speculative extraterrestrial science.
That makes perfect sense why you would book for this.
Yeah.
Because so it's the base that you're being sent to is owned, and you don't have to remember any of this because you just know it.
Yeah.
The base you're being sent to is called the Eurydice Arctic Base. It is owned by the Cargill Foundation, which has sent you specifically, like you two have worked together many times over the last years on different bases, excavating archaeological dig sites all over the Arctic.
And I've been insisting. I've said, there's evidence here, and everyone thought I'm a quack, like my father. And they're like, you
What's
shouldn't.
your father's name?
What's Julian Moore.
Julian Moore.
Julian Moore.
Great.
And everyone said, he lost his mind and you're such a bright young lady, you should do something else. And I'm like, no, I have to finish his work. And I'm so excited about this space.
Amazing. Yeah. So we're going to, as Ruth brings you down for a landing and it's
Can I just ask,
please.
What does it matter what uni I went to?
Okay, well, tell me a little bit about your security background.
I went to the University of Ballarat Arts Academy.
Because you are Broden.
I went to acting school.
Yeah. How did you book this gig as the first in 2022?
One of the big things you learn at acting school is say yes to everything. And someone said, do you want to go to Antarctica?
Yeah.
And I said yes.
Yeah, great.
That's all. Please continue.
And then you fell into some snow.
Yeah, no, I got the formless snow, yeah.
Yeah, great. So you land, you unload into this research base.
Cool.
There's about 7 other people who work
Ruth
here.
With us?
Ruth is with you. She's sort of like taking stuff off of the helicopter, and she says, don't let me slow you down. If you just want to go inside and get set up, you can go and do that.
Thank you, Ruth Cracknell.
Yeah. And I say, and thanks for last night, Ruth. But we won't dig into that.
Yep.
We won't dig into that.
Why are you bringing this up here?
Ruth, let it go. It's fine.
But you...
Ruth.
I thought we...
Can
now he knows.
Julianne, your nose is falling off your face.
If I could go a jacket, hey.
just on the ground.
inside.
Arctic winds. This loose linen shirt.
Get
blowing.
inside.
I'm wearing a singlet.
All right, you go inside.
Yeah.
You actually, we're gonna flash forward 2
wow.
weeks. Okay, pass on this research base. So like your
An Olympics.
speculative biology, an Olympics passes outside. You're not able to watch it because the Wi-Fi here is spotty.
Yeah.
But 2 weeks passes, and you get a call during the time where you would not be working. You're it's like almost like your leisure time. You're in one of the common areas of the research base. There's not a ton to do. There's like old DVDs that you've been burning through, and you get a pager because they use pagers here, just because it has like slightly more reliability for a number that just calls both of you to the dig site.
Okay, we've got to go to the
And
dig
apparently
site.
it's an emergency. You go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
both of you,
100%.
what are you wearing?
This time I'm wearing like full Arctic gear.
Full Arctic gear.
no,
Still, you've got bandages. You're
I've
still
learned my
recovering.
lesson. I learned my lesson. But
Yeah.
they look cute. It's like a little Band-Aid kind of bandage.
The doctors.
I look good,
The doctor you actually know is a man called Dougal Thompson, and
Dougal.
Dougal insisted. He's like, this happened in that interim 2 weeks. He's like, please, you've got to wear more than just this, and please, I know you keep taking the gauze off your nose to put on a plaster, and it's just not working.
I say, all right, Dr. Google.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I mean, I think the frostbite hit my brain a little, but I'm all right, mate.
Oh, you sweet poor thing, Julianne Moore.
Sorry, Dr. McGoogle.
If you weren't the best in your field, I'd advocate for you to go home, but I know that this whole expedition needs you.
Yeah, I reckon so too, Dr. McGoogle.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yep, she's good. And
wow.
so we cut to you on your snowmobiles heading to the dig site. You both have individual snowmobiles.
Sick.
As you're going there. Can you give me, just as as Broden, as your character Broden, can you give me a survival check? This is going to be just an 8.
Yeah.
So roll that red die.
Yeah.
You have great survival, so this should not be hard.
4.
Okay, so you...
I'm dying.
I think it's, as you're sort of in the lead, you're going over some snow drifts.
Yeah.
And you crash the snowmobile into the side of a snowdrift. You don't actually completely trash the vehicle.
Yeah.
But you get out, you notice that this kind of sucks because the cold's really gotten into some of the fuel systems in it.
Yeah.
You're able to excavate it out and you get to the dig site.
Great. But I've got diabetes as
But
well.
you've also gained diabetes.
Yeah.
Just sugary drinks too much in my 34 years on this
And
earth.
Dr. Google was telling you gotta just go for the no sugar option.
Yeah, and I have now. I've changed the way I'm on the Ozempic. It's all going well.
You
but
still shouldn't be chugging the Ozempic in the Arctic.
yeah, exactly. The weight is good in the.
You get to the dig site. So this is sort of a large ice cavern, and something immediately strikes you both as odd, which is just like steam is rising out of it. Like
And
it
that's
looks
when
like
I
it's
say,
incredibly hot.
this strikes me as odd that there's steam coming out of it.
Yeah, so I could go a full strength Fanta right now.
I go, just so you know, everyone, I'm a scientist, and there shouldn't
you
be
just
steam
talking to
coming
just
out
him.
of it.
He's the only one standing next
What
to
are
you.
you doing?
Broden, I just need you to know.
What are you doing?
I know you're just a security guy made mostly out of snow, but I'm a scientist, and there shouldn't be steam down there.
All right.
Also, I should say, if you ever want to electively make a roll, you can do that. Like, for example, if you want to be like, why is this steam coming out? If you don't care, don't worry about it.
Oh, could I find out why
Yeah, yeah.
there's steam coming out? Yeah, I'd love to
make
find
a
out.
science roll.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this is gonna be just a 5.
Okay, so I do some science to find out why the steam came out.
12.
12.
Do you say that out loud? I just want to let everybody know.
But there's some
It's
science.
weird. Steve's going. I'm gonna do some science.
I'm going to do some science now, and I do it.
Yeah. What does that look like?
I get out some test tubes. Unfortunately, I have to take off my jacket to do it
Why?
because to catch the steam.
Cool. Yeah, you catch Steve.
Like
You're funneling it into.
yeah.
You determine it is. Actually, with a 12. You determine that the way that the water coalesces on the inside, that this is salt water steam, saltwater vapor. And you know from your specific field as both a physicist and a speculative extraterrestrial biologist. This is the exact signs of a potential buried extraterrestrial.
The way you put that back on track was incredible.
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
This is really impressive.
Do you head further in?
We got
well,
there's
should I
aliens,
just
you
check
reckon?
how I'm doing with my jacket off?
Yeah, do it. It's going to be a 5
He's rolling.
again. It's a 1.
Is she going to die? She's going to die.
You can, I will tell you, you can and will die in this game.
Okay.
There are other things that will have, like, it's not like D&D where it's like, I've got to keep you alive for the whole thing. So your frost turns to frostbite. And it's still red, but I'm telling you now that if you have one more instance of this, it's a good chance you will lose the front of your nose and cheeks.
Well, you need that for your acting.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm played by Julianne Moore.
Oh, okay.
It's
But
just
you
a
are called
coincidence
Julianne
that I have
Moore.
the same name as her.
So like Nick Cage in The Unbearable Weight of a Massive Talent kind of thing.
No, because Nick Cage is playing Nick Cage, the
Yes.
actor. I'm a character named Julianne Moore, who's a scientist, physicist, and biologist,
Played by Julie.
played by Julianne Moore. The name is just a coincidence.
Okay, great.
Sprinting out of this cave, exasperated, you see Dr. Dougal. He looks like his you can tell his like hat and some of his like thermals. He's got like one glove on. He comes out and he goes, "Oh my God, there was a geothermal explosion when we excavated the."
Are you
the
from
mammoth."
Edinburgh?
Yeah, I'm from Edinburgh.
Yeah, we
Broden,
should do the show.
Shut up, man. I'm a scientist. I need to know what he's about to say.
Oh.
This is some
Luke
good.
died, and Ruth, she's got crushed by some ice. I need some help lifting it off her.
Whereabouts in Edinburgh are you from?
Guys, I can't. I can talk to you about my upbringing later. But
Okay.
Okay.
Because we did 4 Edinburghs.
Yeah.
you did
I
4
did.
Edinburghs.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I mean, I studied at Edinburgh University for a short
yeah.
time.
I'm from
on
Southeast
exchange.
Edinburgh.
I wouldn't, honestly, I spent most of my time in the, like, just near the university.
You're dying of frostbite. You need to put your coat back on.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh my God.
But sorry,
Julianne.
everyone's dead. Sorry, yes.
Not
Who's
everyone,
dead?
just Lucas. He was the site engineer. But Ruth, she's been crushed. She needs some help. And
I thought
Ruth's
she was.
been crushed.
Ruth's been crushed.
Guys, I think this is the time to tell you, Ruth is my lover. Is she crushed to death?
She's not dead. She's severely injured, and they need help loading it. She can go on one of your snowmobiles because the cargo sled's already loaded up with the specimen.
Dr. Dougal,
Yeah.
would it not be Ruth's been crushed
Are you
on your
are
accent?
you commenting how I should speak
Well,
with
I'm just
my own accent?
I'm not.
I haven't lived there for like 14
Yeah,
years.
but I'm just saying Scottish people. Crushed sounds sounds right.
This is the best Scottish accent I've ever heard, Broden.
He slaps you
Yeah,
in the
fair.
face.
Oh, sorry, I'm so cold.
And he goes, "Snap out of it! We need help. I think you're a security officer. You can help me administer first aid?"
Yes, I can. Do I roll for something?
Yeah. So you go in and you see that Ruth is there, and you see just essentially
She's been crushed.
she's been crushed. There's a large slab of ice that's fallen from the ceiling. You can see loaded up onto essentially a much bigger snowmobile with like a sled tray at the back of it is what appears to be like a woolly mammoth, but with
dope.
2 heads.
Double-headed woolly mammoth.
And you can see like the trunk is sort of slopped over the side. And also, it is incredibly warm in here. Like it feels, and you can see a large pit in the center of the room that is just steaming, which you can only assume where this mammoth was excavated from. And there's a slab of ice over Ruth, and she is like struggling to push it off herself.
And then I say, oh my God, Ruth's been crushed.
I just told you that. Can you please help me lift it?
Can you understand a word this guy is
Oh my
saying?
God, I need you to come and help me lift it. Otherwise, I'm going to fucking slap the toozy.
I understand. He needs my brawn and muscle to lift off this slab.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Is that right?
I
I or
Yes,
you?
that means yes in Scottish.
He starts to lift.
Me?
No, the slab of ice.
Okay, yeah. I
and
lift the
he sort of beckons you to join him.
Okay, sure. Yeah, yeah.
You help as well?
Absolutely. I love Ruth. She's my lover.
Cool. This is gonna be either. Do you want to try and do this just like pure brawn, or do you don't have to?
Broden with the big strong muscles, yes.
Broden with the big strong muscles. If you're gonna just do it with brawn, then it's gonna be like like a 12.
All right,
Okay.
I'm going to try and use my science skills
Yep.
to figure out how to melt the ice using the steam.
Okay. That's going to be to melt the ice using the steam, and to use your science on this. That's probably going to be a 16. So like incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
So both of you, please roll.
And are you the red one?
Yep.
Okay, I'm rolling for big, strong muscles. I got a 15.
You got a 15. Easy.
I'm rolling. I got a 13.
Cool. As you sort of try to start, like you take off your jacket and to start
Yeah, I do.
navigating the steam, so that
it's
it
warm
goes.
in here.
It's warmer in here.
Actually, I'm warming up. I
And
feel good.
I would say the swift warming of your extremities is actually causing more vascular damage to your face, and it very quickly just becomes, like very old men that have been drinking
Yeah.
up for a
You
long
got a
time.
wine nose.
You've got an immediate wine nose and cheeks, and
Yeah.
it doesn't
You
help
look like
at
an
all.
old wino.
And Broden, you get under there,
Yeah.
and you're lifting, and you just absolutely tank this. Tell me how
Tank
you
is in good or tank is
tank
in...
is in good.
Oh,
Tank is-
yeah, no,
tank is in
absolutely.
destroy this
I go,
ice.
ha.
And it just
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
lifts up, and Dougal's able to pull Ruth out, and she immediately passes
Just for
unconscious.
clarity, I'm still wearing the formless snow thing. So
So you
it's
have
me
to
kind of,
tell
I
me.
just kind of walk up to it and go, ah, and it lifts up.
like you're
with nothing.
commanding the ice. You're an
Yeah,
ice man.
Yeah, it's like, ah. Imagine like a cloud, like, ah, and I lift it up.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
It's great. This is actually an expert technique for fighting polar bears, because polar bears are the main reason you're here.
Yeah.
And the main reason you have like a flare gun, there's a gun at the main base.
Oh, great.
Is to deter. And when you are just a big pile of snow,
What are you
going
gonna
to
do?
What are you going to do?
I look like snow.
He actually did experimental surgeries to replace most of his body with snow.
Yeah, it's true.
For this exact purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
And it
And I got diabetes.
That's the difficulty was that the snow was too sugary.
well, they
and he
said
got
to him, they were
diabetes.
like, if you snow, you're not going to have like a liver. You're not
Yeah.
going to have any way to process that
Sugar.
sugar.
Yeah.
So you got to lay off the Fantas,
He's
man.
just a big snow
But I
cone
couldn't.
with syrup.
But now I have.
And now when he drinks Fanta, he becomes a snow cone.
Yeah, great. So
And then I try to lick him up.
it gets cold. It gets
Yes.
lonely.
Can I roll for trying to lick up Broden's snow cone?
He doesn't have a Fanta yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when I do get the Fanta.
There's a Fanta back at the base.
Oh,
Yeah, that
great.
for sure.
Keep it outside, I bet. You don't put it in the fridge.
Oh, it would be frozen instantly.
Yeah, well, if you put it outside, it'll get frozen.
Yeah, then, no, you keep it in the fridge.
Are you? Because this isn't even a fantasy world. This
No.
is just the world.
But yeah, if you put a Fanta outside in Antarctica, it would go frozen.
It's like a children's performer got hired as security.
Yeah.
So Dougal quickly gets Ruth up onto
And she's
one of your
unconscious.
snowmobiles. She's unconscious. She's sort of able to be put on the back. I assume he chooses to put her on the back of your snowmobile.
Because I've revealed to be a lover.
Because
of
you've
hers.
revealed to be a lover. He comes over to you and goes, look, I've got a lot of equipment in the cargo machine, so I was going to bring it over to the station.
Yeah.
Do you think you could guide the way?
And I check with Broden what the Scottish man just said. Because I don't really understand Scottish too
I
well.
think we've had many conversations, and you called me Dr. Google earlier.
Exactly. Case in point. Doesn't know your name.
But you understood. You were responding to me earlier.
Yeah, I was faking it.
You were even now. You're just taking swings.
I'm just guessing that you're probably talking about our earlier conversations.
You're timing it
right now.
really well, though.
Yeah, well, you do a little upward inflection.
But
right?
nothing's going awry. We're having an extended conversation. You seem to be understanding everything I'm saying.
All right, I'll wear my jacket next time.
Can you make a charm roll? The charm roll is a 4, and this is to convince him that you don't understand him at all.
Okay.
6.
6.
Wow, that's really lucky that you just have guessed every single thing.
Okay.
Can you tell? Even that was. I guess that's applicable in a lot of scenarios. Can you tell Julianne that we need to head back to the station?
Yeah. He said, I love haggis. And
I can understand. I can understand you.
Yeah.
I know you're not translating correctly.
And then
There's people are
but
dying
we got to
here.
get these people back to the station after we swing by some quick haggis.
You see like a shift in the mammoth on the sled. It like
Oh,
one of the legs moves and the trunk
alive.
comes across.
It's alive.
And everybody startles. I think it might just be defrosting.
Bullshit.
And I say, I think it might just be defrosting.
Yeah, he said that.
I would know.
Dr. Dougal said that.
Well, she doesn't know that.
Wow.
Why are you going at her?
I don't know. I'm just trying to keep you. I'm finding it hard because you guys aren't talking.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to be this kind of conduit for this.
You see like a...
Oh, it's alive.
As
Jesus.
the mammoth
Wow.
lifts up with both its heads, and it is moving with like a strange, almost like it is being puppeteered. As its limbs are pulled, and it just takes a heaving step.
Jesus.
Which in this moment you're all aghast as the dead body of your coworker, Luke Bennett, the engineer, steps over, and it just collapses on top of his body.
Yeah, Luke Bennett.
And it seems
He's
to
dead.
just like splay out. He was already dead, Broden.
Yeah.
And as it sort of splays out, you see like weird shapes from under this mammoth's skin, like outside of the fur, almost as if there is now a person trapped inside it. You see hands pushing against the inside of the skin,
God.
viscera, and you hear Dougal go, "Ah!" and he screams and he sprints to. It looks like he's sprinting to one of your snowmobiles. In fact, he's sprinting to your snowmobile because he doesn't have a person on it.
Yeah.
In a moment of cowardice.
Yeah, fair enough.
What are you two doing?
I think we have to try to, for our own safety,
Yeah.
I think we have to try to kill Dr. McGoogle.
Boy.
No, explain this. Yeah.
But he's going to I've seen this plenty of times at the universities when trying to get grants.
Trying to get grants.
Well, I don't have a lot of real world experience.
Yeah.
But what I'm seeing right now is a man afraid for his life. And I think what he's going to try and do is he's going to try and steal your snowmobile.
Yeah.
If he steals your snowmobile, we're trapped here with this fucking...
You have two
thing.
snowmobiles and a cargo vehicle.
This movie.
Oh, right.
This movie is a
Yeah,
sort
no,
of,
sorry, yeah.
And this movie is 10 minutes in.
Oh, yeah, this movie, it's a story about how university institutions are a sham and we need to deconstruct them and relook at the way we educate people.
100%. Everything you said was like an internal monologue. As Dougal's like sprinting towards the cargoes, and you're like, this really reminds me of Grant's situation.
Yeah.
I think I need to kill this man.
Yeah, and I go, you know what? Now that I think about it, there are 3 vehicles, even if he steals your one. I don't think we need to kill him.
What should I do?
You do whatever you want to do. I don't tell. That's not my job.
I've expressed my opinion. I don't have the means to kill him.
Kill him.
I don't have the means to kill him. You're the security guy. I think you should kill him.
What feels right in your big snow suit?
I say, you fancy hoity-toity university types behind a desk. You don't know. And
He's gone. He's gone. You spoke for that long. He's like, in that time, he...
But I still have a point to finish.
Yeah.
What you people don't get working stuck in these unis, you don't know real life shit.
Yeah, but I was
Fucking
the one
writing
that...
poem.
I told you that
There's this massive viscera behind you.
I've been saying that there was something going on here for years.
We write a fucking thesis about it, you know what I mean? Like, you got to get out there.
I need you both to make survival checks as this mammoth amalgam sort of just rolls. Like, it's almost like there are no bones in it anymore as you see, like, the heads just lolling over and almost like a pseudopod of hairy, woolly flesh comes out to, like, strike at both of you.
Oh, goodness.
So the roll for this you have to beat, it's moving, it seems to be moving very slow, like it's waking up. So it's only a 2.
Okay.
So
13 for me.
2. So you definitely, you're able to, like, it comes at you, you're able to grab it.
Well, I don't have arms, but you know what I mean.
You don't grab it, but you look at it
go,
and
you
it
flick
stops.
it with your snow.
It stops a moment before the
Yeah.
snow. It's a lot more risky.
Yeah.
Like, it gets a wrap around your leg, it starts to drag you, and you're able to kick it away.
I'm kicking with my other leg, yeah.
And you manage to get onto your snowmobiles.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, sorry. Are you trying to run now, or are you trying to fight this thing? Also, I should point you do have I've given you some suggestions of things that you have on you.
Yeah, I have the rifle cabinet.
You know where the rifle cabinet is. You have a flare gun on you.
I have my flare gun.
I have a sample fridge key card, and I have an iPad controls the base's temperature and light.
Yes. You take a moment to both look.
I make
in
the
your
decision
hands.
to escape.
Yep.
But before I do, I think I should at least get the temperature. I should get the base warming up.
You start. You get on the snowmobile. You take out your iPad.
Yeah.
You swipe up the app. You have to take off your gloves.
Yeah,
so that
take
you
off my
use the
gloves.
iPad. Please make a cold check for me. So this is going to be a 4. You have to beat
Survival, 'cause my gloves are off.
Because your gloves are off. A normal person wouldn't have to do this, but you're constant.
2.
You get a little frost nip in the fingers.
Oh,
They're
my
hard to move.
Yeah.
And
You're an oaf. You're stuck behind these desks at
I know
universities.
physics. I know biology. I know the chances that this is an alien life form. I don't know how to keep away from
you
frostbite.
do succeed. It is warm. It's going to be slightly warm base.
I know how to treat hypothermia.
Yeah, you do.
That's good. Anyway,
That's yeah.
I use my muscle
You use your muscle.
to
Tell me how.
Go to the gym.
Go.
But what in
There's
this?
a gym back at the base.
Yeah, well, yeah. I have the password to security cameras and door overrides as well.
Yes.
But what's
As
the
this
what?
mammoth
You wanna
thing
run or you wanna
looms over
fight?
you.
No, I gotta
run.
fight him with my flare gun.
Cool. Yeah.
But can I put some snow in the? How can I weaponize this flare gun? It's
It's
just going to bounce off it. That in movies when people shoot flare guns at shit, it kind of just they go ah.
well. I'll tell you what. How about you roll? If you get over an 8, it's going to be successful.
And kill
if-
something.
or maybe gonna harry
do
it.
something.
If you get over a 12, it's. I'll tell you how you
super
modify
effective.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Like a hyper beam for Squirtle.
Like a hyper beam for Squirtle. Yeah.
All right, I'm rolling, and I got a 16.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I'll say what you do in an act of heroics.
Yeah.
Thinking about Squirtle and his hyper beam.
Yeah.
You know that just to the size comparisons, you're going to have to get a lot closer. You vault on top of this mammoth creature.
Yeah,
and
nice.
in one of the heads, as its tusk comes up to try and gore it, you dodge it, you grab the tusks.
I don't
you
grab
put
it,
the
I don't
flare
have
gun.
hands,
You don't
but-
have head.
But you
go,
grab-
ah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You got like the shadows of hands.
What is the true? You're like, I know an alien when I see it. This levitating man with you, it's your closest work friend. You flare gun into
It's just my
its
face.
mouth. Just your face. As you're
Yeah.
like, a flare gun appears on the outside of the snow. It jams into the mouth of this mammoth. It goes off, and not only does it hurt this creature
Yeah.
massively. You see a fire start to lick up. While you're on top of this mammoth, it is incredibly warm. It is incredibly hot.
Yeah.
This act, as it is screeching, this horrible screech,
Yeah.
you're able to roll off, jump on the back of the snowmobile, or I guess get into the cargo scooter.
Yeah.
One of the snowmobile's gone, and you've got Ruth on the back of yours, and you're able to get back to the base. You hear it in pursuit. It is a constant white out outside, so you're following the guide ropes as you're snowmobiling there.
Time
Cool.
out.
Yep.
The mammoth is full of stuff, hands coming out of it, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
But so it's being puppeteered by shit that's inside, but we don't know what's in it.
Well, it feels it's almost like it's reforming internally.
Okay, we know.
Because it rolled onto the person, and now there's personness in it.
Well, I'll tell you. You make a science check. Make a science of. This is gonna be an 8. So
Okay.
you have to roll really high for it.
2.
That's a 2. Yeah, you're trying to think back at your Ballarat degree of acting.
It reminds me of movement class in year 1.
Well, the movement class actually did teach you. There's an evolution of movement going on inside its body. It almost seems like characters going from the fetal position, and then it doesn't feel like the hands on the inside are trying to come at you, almost like they're testing their movement, trying to warm
It's
up.
finding,
man.
it's learning a new kind of physicality.
100%.
Fuck, this is so fucking cool, man.
Is it alien?
I want to do RPGs
You are
more.
almost so. You're so sure it's alien.
Is it alien?
I'll get you. Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Can
you
I,
yelled out. Yeah, make
yeah,
a
can I
sign.
just say one thing? I'm like a naughty boy that's badly influenced. I know a lot of people listening right now think, oh, Zach wouldn't be good at RPGs. If Broden wasn't around, I'd be a good boy.
Julianne, is it alien? Is it alien?
What did you say that?
I just want
To what end?
because I want to play RPGs, and I reckon everyone listening wouldn't invite me to their RPG games.
We can play RPG games.
Yeah,
We can play.
'cause you're
I'm
good
like-
at it, man.
Oh,
Like
thank
that,
you.
form and shit. That's
Yeah.
cool. Is it an alien?
Is it alien?
Roll it's a 5 for you, a 5
For
science. Yeah.
Oh.
and is he going to tell me if he rolls?
This is what happens. I roll two.
You're in shock right now, and you're heavily frostbitten. You are so sure it's an alien, but there's part of you that is like questioning your reality right now.
Yeah.
You can hear it behind you.
I'm choking.
You slowed it down.
My whole life I've been waiting for this moment, and I'm choking.
You're choking.
Yeah.
You're face to face.
Is it alien?
I
Roll
can't
again.
tell you.
Yeah, you yell, "Is it alien?" I'll tell you what. If some time passes, if like it takes you 10 minutes to get back to the base, when you get to the front door and you're keying in the codes and you say it again,
ask.
you can ask and you can make another roll.
Let's talk about it over some Fantas later.
I can tell you without the science roll, you got to lay off the Fantas.
Okay, fair enough.
You key in the door code. You can hear it stumbling around in the blizzard, like shaking the ground.
It's an alien.
And you get inside. Immediately, you're able to like take a breath. You can see Dougal is here. He is like slumped against a wall, and he seems to be in like pure like panic attack mode. Oh, I left. Oh, thank God you got back inside. What the fuck was that?
So he just asked, what was that? And thank God you got back inside.
Thank you, Broden.
Yeah.
I'd love to tell you I'm the scientist here. Can I have a think?
Yeah, you have a think. Roll another check. It's going to be a five again.
Come on, 5.
3.
Oh, you fucking
I should say
kidding me.
this is 20. There's 20.
This is a 20 die.
sided die.
I have been so fucking unlucky this game.
You think it
I've
is...
choked. I've choked again.
Yeah, you're trying to think. You think it is possibly like you're struggling to get like reason to fill your mind. You need to test. You need to do tests. You need a sample of it to confirm.
I have a science die. It looks like it's two-sided almost. Can I roll for the answer?
It's got 8. Yeah, you can roll.
I need an 8 or something,
Yeah,
hey?
you need an 8. For you need an 8. That's an 8.
I genuinely rolled 8.
Yeah. You grab him, or you grab Julianne, sorry.
Yeah.
Also, you dragged Ruth in with you. She sort of like, you slumps on the floor.
Can I slap Google and say fucking look after Ruth?
100% you can. That's a charm roll of 4 to get him snap out of it. With your 8, you're like, this is an alien. Wake up, people.
Great.
This is what we've been hunting for. You got,
an 8 on the charm.
You got an 8 out of 8.
And so I slapped.
You slap him and he goes, oh, Julian, thank you. And he stands up. He goes over to Ruth. He goes, she's slightly frostbitten, but that's okay. It looks like she fainted out there. And he says, I can go take her to my infirmary. Can you just make sure that thing doesn't get inside?
Okay, so I say to him, look, you just take her to the infirmary. We're going to make sure that thing doesn't get inside. And in the meantime, I want to find out.
We're so synced up.
If you found this out.
Yeah, it's aliens.
It is?
You know, because you picked up a lot of science from just being...
From drama
around-
school.
That's
From
very
drama
smart. I'm thinking too much. You're right. I'm like, I got to do tests. I got to get a sample.
I'll do a bit of a Bruce Willis. When will you book types learn that this is...
Yeah.
This is aliens. I know it from my days at drama school.
Yeah, I love that.
Wait, you went to drama school?
Yeah, I
I
went to
thought you
Ballarat.
were a security officer.
Yeah, well, when you at Ross Hall told me at acting school that you got to do lots of different jobs.
Tim Roth was a bartender.
He takes Ruth, he just walks away. To the infirmary. Seconds later, like I'm talking
my
like
2 to 3.
2 to 3 seconds later, like he walks out of your eye line from another corridor down the road. You see Dougal coming towards you. So like impossible distances.
Yeah.
And he like stumbles. He goes, oh, thank God you made it inside.
Oh, fuck off.
I think
No.
I was watching the guy ran straight to the cameras. I think that maybe it got inside or something.
I got none of that.
He runs towards you.
So, Dougal, Google.
There's 2 Dougals.
2 Dougals.
Google.
Toogles?
And I say this. So
There's
I say
Toogles.
this. I go, wait, I want to stop you.
Yeah.
So I say to him,
Yep.
you need to do a citizen's arrest on Google. Is that a charm?
You can't charm each. You can try. You can roll it, and you
Or
can.
should I
respect
just
it
try
each
and
other.
do a citizen's arrest?
I mean, you could just try to do a
I think I'm
citizen's
going to
arrest.
try and arrest. I'm going to try and arrest this Google.
Tell me how that goes down. Do you try and tackle him?
I kick him in the balls.
roll a survival check for, or I'll tell you what. You can either do a survival, and it's gonna be a 4, or because you're at a distance and you decided very far away that you were going to kick him in the balls, and I feel like at a distance I'd be able to tell if you were down a 20 feet away in a corridor and you had the thought, I need to take him down, I'm going to kick him in the balls.
I'm going to kick you in the balls.
Yeah, I feel like that's widely telegraphed. So it's a 4 if you do
And
a
also,
survival.
I said to him, I was like, I reckon you need to do a citizen's arrest on him before deciding I would do it.
If you want to deceive him, you can try and deceive him, and that's going to be a little bit of a lower roll.
Okay, yeah.
But you got to tell me how you deceive him.
So what I say is I go, huh, Google, that's funny. I thought you were looking after my lover in the infirmary. Maybe I'm mistaken, Google.
This confirms my suspicion that you're going to try and do a citizen's
No,
arrest on
no,
me.
no, wait, that was
You look
my
like
mistake.
you're going to come and kick me in the nuts.
It was my mistake. Google,
You're edgy.
come here. Come here, I've got a secret.
This is going to be a 7 for your charm.
I'm going to roll a 7 because I got a secret. All right.
This is to convince him you do have a secret.
You got a 7. Matthew's perplexed.
He looks confused. He goes, "It's not. What's your secret?" As he comes closer, legs wide apart. You take a big swing and you kick him in the nuts.
I kick him in the nuts.
Kick him in the nuts, and he just doubles over onto the ground in immediate pain.
Yeah. We've all been there.
And he goes, "Why did you do that?"
And I say, because I have a suspicion. Can I say what I suspect? I suspect that there's some sort of transmorphing going on with this alien fella. And I suspect the way it had the mammoth had hands and shit,
Yeah.
that if I were to have kicked it in the balls,
Yeah.
it wouldn't have keeled over because its balls are the same as its eyes, are the same as its hands.
He's got balls for
That
eyes.
tells me that this being killed over because of the ball kick is the real Google. And that also tells me that my lover right now,
I think I've got testicular torsion.
I don't know what you're saying, Google.
He's got testicular torsion.
My lover right now is not with the real Google.
Yeah.
And I'm freaking out.
Yep. What do you do?
I run to the infirmary.
Sure. Julianne runs. Broden, what are you doing?
I get to the nearest computer and check the Olympics and see how Australia did.
You run to the nearest computer.
Yeah.
You like swipe your key card. You go past. There's a couple other people who are doing their work around.
Yeah. Hello.
You go there. What events are you looking at?
I was looking. We've done pretty well in the medal tally.
You've done
like,
pretty well,
per
yeah.
capita. We're killing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
go-
learn this,
I go
yeah.
to bed or no? What do I go?
It's up to you.
No, I go back and I fight.
Yeah. Do you want to get your gun?
Yeah.
Okay, you go to the gun cabinet and you unlock it and
Yeah.
you take out. This is a big,
Yeah,
a
big
big rifle,
fucking
a fuck-off
gun, yeah,
rifle.
yeah.
It's got four shots by default. You have more that need
You
to be
look
coming.
like a me. You know how when a me holds a like from the Nintendo Wii?
Yeah.
You know when the me holds a tennis racket?
Yeah.
That's how you hold the
It's
gun.
just floating in front of me.
I forgot you were in the snow.
I'm
Oh my God,
This
you're a
is how
big
any kind of holding things. You
camouflage
can
is
use
so
that language
good.
and just visually we
Yeah,
know that
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
we
there's,
know.
there's little snow balls where hands would be, but they're not
connected.
Yeah.
It's like a Rayman situation.
Yeah, Rayman is a great other reference there.
Cool. Yeah, you've got a 22 caliber hunting rifle that you've used to put down polar bears and
Wow.
scare some off.
Yeah.
You run to the infirmary, and I assume you're quickly in tow. But there'll be a few moments before you arrive there.
Yeah.
Because
I got
you
4
took-
bullets.
You got 4 bullets. You took the time to check the Olympics results.
Yeah, we did. We're doing good.
And I'm just like, that motherfucker better not have been checking the Olympics results.
He knows I love Olympics.
My lover is in there with God knows what.
Yeah, you get in there, and as you arrive, you can see Ruth is stretched out onto a table, and Dougal is nowhere to be seen in here.
Oh, thank God, the Google is gone. I say to myself.
Do you believe that? Does Julianne Moore believe he's called Google? Yeah.
She spent too much time behind desks at universities. She doesn't know what the
Also,
real
I didn't
world's like.
understand. He introduced himself, and I'm not good with the Scottish accent, and I just heard Google.
The door was slightly ajar when you came in, and as you stepped in, it sort of it looked like it was like almost propped open, and just out of your rush to get in here to save your love, you find it close behind you, and you hear like a beep beep as it seems to have automatically closed. People have key cards and access. Access is very carefully controlled. You do not have. You have some sort of access card. You do not have the access card to get out of here.
I have the access card to the sample fridge.
I'd like you to make a. Can you just make a survival check for me? It's just going to be a 3.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've had
I'm not going to tell you what it's for.
Survival, so
it's a 2. Cool. Nothing happens. So you're standing in this room and you see, your love on this table. It looks like somebody came in here and immediately like collapsed and pushed over a lot of equipment. You arrive behind. There's like glass so that you can see in here. Door is locked. Can you also make that survival check for me? It's just a 2 as well.
No, I just need a 2, and I've got 100,
you've
I've
got
got 150
you've got
sided die.
150 sided die.
This would be crazy if I got
It'd
below
be bad if you got a 2.
I got a 2.
God.
This comedically is incredible.
That is insane.
Statistically,
statistically.
these dice have always gone with the comedic choice.
Yeah, it's great.
So you also see nothing. As you look in, you see your capable friend Julianne Moore caring for Ruth. Ruth, she looks like she's starting to wake up. She's stirring. She's going, oh dear. Oh, I can think.
Ruth is played by Anne Hesh, by the way.
Yeah, okay, great. I'm like, Ruth, we did pretty well at the Olympics.
Bang on the glass. She looks through the glass. She looks at you. She goes, oh, that's great. Did the United Kingdom do well?
Yeah, all right. We killed in the pool.
Oh.
In the pool, we always do well.
Yeah.
Oh, Julianne,
Ruth,
you rescued me.
I don't want to hide our love anymore.
She
I love you.
leans close for a kiss.
I go in for a kiss too.
You have a passionate kiss.
Yeah,
What's all this about?
You're just staring with a gun.
Yeah.
It's at this moment you see, but you do not. You see Ruth looks past you because she's on a table. You're like holding her.
Yeah.
And she looks past your head up to the ceiling and she lets out a blood-curdling scream as pressed enmeshed against the top of the roof, you see a loose spine and a head with a distended jaw of Dougal looking down, and he lets out a as he drops upon the two of you. What are you all doing? You both have like one thing that you can do as this happens.
Well, the glass bulletproof?
You're not sure. I can let you make a science roll if you want to check if it's bulletproof very quickly. That won't count as your one thing.
No, I'm trigger happy.
Yeah.
So I just let loose.
What are you aiming at?
Anything that moves.
Cool. But like, are you going for like the head? Because it's falling around Julianne.
I say
and
So
Ruth.
Dougal is coming from the roof down
Almost
onto
like
both of us.
almost like imagine like a large amount of like viscous viscera and like body parts just extended jaw just like dropping around you, very phlegmy. So
I am at the flame. I say, listen, motherfucker, you motherfucker.
The time is gonna pass.
Yeah, you fucked with the wrong fucker, motherfucker. And then I take my the floating gun, aims up, and I shoot at the shit.
Yeah, it's like me shock put.
Yeah.
Or whatever pull. Roll. It's gonna be a 10.
20.
That's a natural 20. That's a critical. That means you get to roll it again.
Yeah, 20.
And add to it.
1.
So 21. You absolutely annihilate. You shoot it through the head. It goes through the glass. Bone fragments fly against the back wall, piercing the metal cabinets. What are you doing in this moment?
Oh, I'm in shock.
You're in shock. Well, it's good that Broden, you see him on the other side of the glass, giant snow with the floating gun bobbing around.
Yeah. But this is the origin story. This is where we realize this is an origin story. I'm no longer Broden. I am the snowman. And this is the start of a
That's actually the name of the movie.
Oh, yeah, great. Well, I am the snowman.
Yeah, that's cool.
The snowman versus...
You think it's going to be about the thing. Yeah, I love that. Is this before he shoots? What am I
this is
doing? Or
sort
he's
of-
shot.
I'll say either. If you want to do something just before, or if you want to do something just after to try and get it. The glass is shattered, so you can try and vault out of the window.
No, I'm going to use this opportunity because I see now that Dougal is shot.
Yeah.
And I realize that I've choked so many times. I'm going to use this opportunity. I don't want to run. I need to get a sample. I need to stay, and I need to observe.
It's $1 billion sample, you know that.
Yeah, and I got to get that sample. Not only that, that's the sample that could save us. That could be the way to.
Good. So you've got test tubes here. You've got like different ways of capturing this material. So you're just trying to quickly, whilst it is injured on the ground, like sort of reforming. You can see blood has splattered across the walls. The blood looks like it is making its way back to like a central mass.
Oh, that's cool.
And you are able to quickly go over. I'll say, yeah, this doesn't require a roll because you've just thought to do this.
Oh,
To
great.
get out the test tube and just scoop up a little bit and cork it and put it in your pocket.
Yeah, and that's what I do. Yeah.
Do you want this to be an obvious thing you do, or would you like this to be a little sneaky?
I like that. Yeah, it's sneaky.
Yeah, okay. Then it's going to be a charm. I'd say this is a charm 3.
Charm 3. Just the sneakiness.
Just the sneakiness.
All right.
Just to see it, to try and hide it. One. You announced.
Oh,
you tell me how is your knowing that you fail. How does this happen?
I'm just gonna get a sample.
And then you think, fuck, that was meant to be sneaky.
Yeah, it's all right. Everyone knows. I'll split any profits with you.
As you're sort of dragging, you like pull Ruth out.
I realize
of
that
room.
one sample, that's worth $1 billion.
Yeah.
2 samples is worth.
You go for a second.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I gotta get a second sample.
Is this also sneaky?
Yep.
Okay, roll the sneak first. That's an 8. Okay,
Sneaky
so the
sample.
first one, very obvious. The second one, behind your back, you scoop a little bit. No one sees. You have a second, much larger sample.
You have one sample.
And then I say, "Oi, Broden, catch the one sample."
Yeah, you have one
I throw
sample.
it to him.
Yep.
Purposefully miss. It smashes on the wall. So now he thinks that the sample is destroyed.
You throw it at Broden.
I'm like, catch the sample.
I don't have hands.
Yeah, make a survival to dodge this. This is
'Cause
just
I say
a-
to catch
this is
it,
a-
you know, I'm
this
like,
is just a
catch.
3.
10.
10. Yeah, easily. You just like the
Hey,
snow just like
careful with-
dissipates around it.
Careful with that sample.
Oh my God, that was for you to catch, Broden.
Well-
now we don't have a sample.
We have-
Google drags himself into this
But I
room.
do have a sample.
There's no samples now.
There's no
one-
samples.
Good one.
Don't worry about samples. We need to get to the helicopter.
Wait, which
This
one
is
is
Dougal
this?
that got kicked in the nuts. He's
I
cradling
kick
his
him in the
nuts.
nuts just to be sure.
I'll say it's a survival 2. Just don't roll a 1. Don't roll a 1. That's a 2. You slam him in the nuts. He collapses onto the ground.
Good, it's the real Dougal.
You can just touch him or ask him. I killed the other one.
Yeah, but we had to be sure.
It's reforming. It's
Yeah.
reforming slowly. You see Ruth, who is just like on your arm. She goes, "We need to get to the helicopter. We need to leave.
Cool.
I've sent the
All right.
message to everybody.
All right.
Please."
Yeah. What do you want? All right.
Yep.
Yeah, let's run for the helicopter.
Cool. Yeah. You're running for the helicopter. You see, it is caught on the violence that has occurred on the base.
Yeah.
So there are 4 other people. Sorry, one of them died. There's 3 other people that work here.
Leave them.
They are all. You see Dougal on the ground going, "There's other. We shall warn everybody else.
Yeah.
But the helicopter can't take more than 4.
Oh, okay. You wait here, Julianne.
No, I'm coming.
Oh. Do you know what?
Dougal. All right, I got it. Wait, how many people? There's me, and Hesh.
Yeah,
Who's Anne
you,
Hesh playing?
Ruth,
Cracknell.
Ruth, Broden, and
the snowman.
Dougal.
Dougal.
Hey, do you know what?
But 4 people can get on the
4 people
helicopter.
can fit in the helicopter.
Do you know what? I belong here. I am the snowman.
Are you sure? Are you sure, Broden? What about you'll defend the others?
Yes, for I am the snowman, the protector of the great Antarctic.
Isn't there enough room for all 4 of us?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll come.
No, you said you're going to protect everybody.
Yeah, you're right. I will. I'll stay, Dougal.
Oh, well
Bless
then.
your heart.
Who else can we bring? Can we bring another one of them?
Yeah, we can get someone new at this late stage. Let's bring Dr. Carter. She can come along.
Yeah. All right.
See is.
You rush to the helicopter.
Yeah.
And you stay in the central.
I am king of the north. The north, yeah?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really admirable. Very Bruce Willis.
You
of
can
you.
tell. So as you're getting on the helicopter, there's some time passing. As Ruth, she's having to. She's the pilot as well here, and so she's trying to get the helicopter going. She's a little bit woozy. She looks back. She goes, "Oh, do we want to wait? Do we want to wait for anyone to come? But it's been a few minutes. I worry that no one's coming." Julianne, you have to make the call. Are we going to wait for someone here, or
Isn't there 4 people in the helicopter?
there's 4 people can go in? You will get there immediately, but it seems that there's some time. It's taking time as you've held back. You realize that everybody else here has been taken over.
Not a problem.
As
Not a problem.
You are just.
Oh no, but then no. So they're all aliens now.
You know
Yeah,
that here.
yeah.
I'll say you both have you have walkie-talkies that you can communicate that inside. As you are in make a survival roll for me. These are going to go up in
Yeah.
difficulty. You need to do a 6, an 8, and a 10.
No problem. 4.
The first one.
Oh, no.
The first one that comes up is a very old man called
Wizened.
Dr. Patelli comes
Wizened
up to
Patelli.
you and he puts his hand on you to sort of reassure, thanks for staying.
Yeah.
Thanks for... And
No.
immediately just takes a bite out of your shoulder.
Which is just ice.
Which is just...
That's a big bite.
It's a big bite, and you know now
The
that
sketch series from the mid-2000s? Is that what we're to the big bite?
Yeah. No, it's like a big bite out of your body.
Oh, no.
there's a big hole out of your body.
Okay, that's an issue.
And
And it reforms, but now you're littler.
their helicopters, the blades are spinning up, and
Yeah.
it's almost like it's doing that hover across the ground, so you could leave at any second.
Yeah.
Do you stay to fight
Yeah.
off these things?
Fuck yeah.
To
I'm
give
the
everybody a chance to escape?
I'm the snowman.
As the snowman, so you see this as you're on the helicopter, as the snowman breaks out of the doors out into the tundra, the blizzard has stopped. You can see that there is a low sun just that is in an eternal dawn piercing the skyline. So it is just golden orange out here, and with a flurry of snow, you can see the snowman. You just see these weird monsters come taking bites
Eating
out
of
of snow
snow.
as you are just letting make another survival roll. This is going to be an 18.
Yeah, I'm going to... Yeah. And I'm just saying, when you see snow, think of the snowman. One.
One. As you see Broden Kelly as the snowman just destroy these creatures one after the other. They come out. Even this mammoth comes up and starts to lunge at it. You put it down.
Yeah.
And then when finally they start to reform, you take another shot and you're out of bullets.
Yeah.
And you see him be consumed.
Oh my God.
And do you have any final words?
Yeah. Suck my fuck.
As he
Okay,
dies.
He really should have ended on that when you see snow line.
As you
When you see snow, think of suck my fuck.
Oh, man, that's what you end on?
movie needed an edit. Movie
Suck my
severely
fuck.
needed an edit.
Yeah.
They let
Suck
the
my
actor
fuck?
improvise that one.
I'm in the helicopter saying
So,
that. Oh, man, suck my fuck.
You're in the helicopter. You're in the helicopter with Dougal sitting opposite you. He's cradling his
Don't do
balls.
it. Don't do it.
He keeps looking at you. Don't hit me.
I go, wait a second.
Please. I don't need this.
Every single one of them became one of the monsters. I go, I know what I have to do.
Must have got to them.
I have to kick my lover Ruth in the balls. I say, Ruth, put it on autopilot.
What? Okay, of course, my love.
The only
And-
way. And I kick Ruth in the balls.
make a survival check. This isn't for whether or not you kick her in the balls. This is for the crashing helicopter. It's going to be a 10.
What?
It's a 1. So the helicopter starts to come down. As you kick her in the nuts, she doubles over. Human.
So she doubles over.
She wants my Ruth. And as it starts to double over, you also see a file open in your breast pocket. There's one that you jammed full. This sample that you took, it just shatters as like a little creature comes out and starts to lunge. It immediately lunges at Dougal's throat, and he goes, "Why did you take a sample?"
Yeah,
and
why
it
did you take a sample?
crashes in a fiery plume. Just before the explosion happens, does Julianne have a final word? Have a final any last words?
Julianne tries to jump out of the helicopter.
Oh shit! Yeah, make a survival roll. This is gonna be a 6. So you have to roll a 4.
Famously,
You
I've
have
had
to roll a 4.
All right. Run.
You jump out of the helicopter. You die earlier than everybody else. You immediately brain your head on the permafrost. And I'm gonna say as well that I'm gonna roll for Ruth to retake control of the helicopter. That's a 14. She takes back control, and the helicopter takes off into the sky. So you just dash your head for no reason.
And then text on screen comes up. This is why university institutions must be re-looked at.
Both Broden and Julianne Moore probably would have survived if they'd just gotten on the fucking helicopter.
Yeah, genuinely. And I
Wow.
think we see like credits roll.
I love that. I love the both of us dead. Both of us dead as the helicopter.
I love
dead body.
your last moments where you climbing into the front of the helicopter to be like, "Hello, put it on the pilot."
Kick her at the
You're
balls.
human. You're dead.
Two corpses. It's like a single locked off shot while the credits go up as the helicopter flies off.
And then some dope new metal. Wow,
man.
That was great. That was so
Wonderful.
fun.
That was so much fun.
Oh, that's so
Oh
great.
my god!
Yeah.
This
I had a
is
good
fun.
time. Did you have a
I'm
good
glad.
time?
Yeah, I had a really good time. You were really good at it. And
Yeah.
you were like, when we were naughty, you were like good at being like, oh, okay, yeah. And sometimes you were like, nah. And that's what makes a good RPG host, I
Yes,
reckon.
yeah,
That was a bit of fun, something different. Hope you enjoyed it listening. The Snowman Lives, actually, in my opinion.
There'll be a sequel.
The Snowman Lives.
It's called The Snowman Lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which we'll do at another point for sure.
If you enjoyed this, go listen to Trope.
Yeah, go
Go watch
Trope
Trope.
RPG. Yeah, go watch,
Trope
RPG.
RPG.
And there are ways to go to the Antarctica on holidays. So
Yeah,
like,
this was
very
an advert for that.
expensive.
yeah, but you know,
Very
if that's a
expensive.
trip of a
Like a
lifetime.
cruise?
Yeah, go
My
on a
mum's
cruise.
friend went on a cruise to Antarctica. Very expensive.
It was paid for. That movie was paid for by those tours.
yeah.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming
yeah.
in.
Pleasure.
Blast.
So much
That was
fun.
so
And check
much
out
fun.
Trope. We'll
I
be
wish I
back.
didn't die.
We'll
Oh,
see
that's
you
so on you.
next week. Bye.
You've been listening to the Aunty Donna Podcast.